Greetings, Andy here again, and welcome VC. In this video I'm just showing a real quick show of 7 records I bought recently, which are either reissues or used records, which I picked up in a record store the other day. In fact, yesterday as I'm recording this. I've picked these up over the last sort of month to 2 months, 6 weeks, I suppose, in total. And some are real magnificent ones, and some are just ones I've had on my sort of want list for a while. So let's start with this one, because this is pretty amazing. I mean, I've got various versions of Argus, including I bought the original one I bought in 72, wasn't it? This has literally just been released in the last couple of months, this reissue, and it's a remaster, and it's an Analogue Productions. So it's it's an audiophile recording. Yes, it was expensive, but actually by the usual standards of MoFi and all of these ones, I didn't think it was that bad. And it is magnificent. So this has been cut at 45 RPM. It's issued on it's just black vinyl, but it's been issued on 2 LPs running at 45 RPM. It's just clear, obviously it's been remastered from the original tapes, analog tapes, and it's just so clean. I mean, I've got the box set, which are reissued from 50-year anniversary reissue from a year or 2 ago, and that's really good because obviously it's new. My original I got in 1972 was played on, well, it was even played on my granddad's old Valve, what do they call them, radiograms, a huge piece of equipment. And yes, it did have a needle and not a stylus. It was, so it's not in the best of nick, to be honest. This is so clean. It's crystal clear. It's absolutely magnificent. I'm really pleased to have this because it's one of my favourite albums, top 10 albums of all time. And, another cracker, and this is Deep Purple, made in Japan, and this is Steven Wilson remix. So again, this has just been released in the last couple of months. Well, what can I say? It's made in Japan. It's got all the same stuff. I don't think there's anything new on here, or if there is, I haven't detected it. But the mix is just cleaner, so he's not lost anything. But like a lot of Steven Wilson remixes, they're just a little bit cleaner, a little bit, a few things brought to the fore, which maybe were a bit subdued on the original one. I've got his Yes remixes, the box set of those classic run of 70s Yes record. I was going to say Yes albums, but that's one of them. And again, that is superb. I'm a great fan of Steven Wilson remixes, and this is just. I don't have an original 70s copy of it. I've got to say, I think it's in the early 80s. It might be a late 70s sort of reissue of it, which is fine. It's fairly nondescript. But what I find interesting here, and I don't know the answer to this, but this is, and the back, are different photos than the original. And the original, famously or infamously, the picture, which is actually a picture of the band on the stage across some heads of the audience, so it's from within the audience across. That was famously taken at the Rainbow Theatre in London a couple of weeks before they went out to Japan and do this. So I'm wondering whether now these 2 are actually pictures taken in Japan. I suspect they are. I have got the magnifying glass, that's the word I was searching for, to try and see, but it's too dim. I can't see if there's lots of Japanese faces in the audience. So anyway, there you go. That's a brilliant one, Deep Purple, and a fine thing. And talking of Steven Wilson remixes, I picked this one up yesterday from the Sound Machine in Reading. So I had to go to Reading for reasons I won't bore you with, and when I do, I always try and pop in at the Sound Machine. They're used records, but they've always got a good selection. And I spotted this one, which is nearly new, so this is out this year. I sort of ummed and ahed about this when it came out. I bought the Blu-ray, because I wanted to see the film. and also that's got real high quality audio, surround sound and Dolby Atmos. Again, that was the word I was searching for on it. But I did think about the vinyl, but it was like another 35 quid, and I thought, no, I can't justify it. So I spotted this. It's not sealed, it's used, but obviously it's near mint. They'd knocked a little bit off the new sealed price, but you know they accepted a bit of negotiation, so I got it down a little bit. And I've not listened to this yet. The vinyl looks fine. It's clearly near mint. It probably would be mint if it was still in its seal. So this is the. I'm rabbiting on, but you might not know about it. So this is Pink Floyd at Pompeii. Released this year, and it's from the original film, which came out in 71, I think, or 72 was it? One of those two. It was it was recorded in 71, so the film came out in 72. It was a cinema film, so there was no sort of like record released at the time. The audio from that film has been taken by Stephen Wilson, and he's remixed it and produced it so it can stand alone, as well as supporting the sort of rejig of the movie. And it's brilliant because it's got that early stuff, not echoes, careful with that Axu gene, source full of secrets. So it's very early stuff, pre Dark Side of the Moon, and magnificent it is. So I'm pleased with that because I didn't want to pay full price for it, and I got it at a reasonable discount. So, and two of the most recent records I've put on my list to keep an eye open for actually were in the Sound Machine when I went there, somewhat bizarrely, and they were really good. I mean, these were sub £10, between £5 and £10. Well, to be honest, I got the pair for 15. So, and the first of those is Ian Dury, New Boots and Panties, which I've never had other than I did buy a reissue CD years later, probably in the 90s or maybe even the 00s. But what really brought it home was the recent sort of tribute to London thread that's been going around, and I saw quite a few people talked about this, and certainly when I was doing mine and thinking about it, it was one of the first things that came in mind. And I was thinking, I wish I had a vinyl copy of that. I thought I really ought to, so I put that on my list. And lo and behold, there it was in the Sound Machine. And this appears to be it's not a first UK press, but it's a first Dutch release of all things. But it does come out, and it did come out in 1977 when the album was first released. Of course, it is on the Stiff Records label. And the other one was Slade. Slade's debut, this is, and Play It Loud. I was sort of I was trying to find a song on here. I was looking for Pook Hill, the songs, and thought I must have it because I've got a few Slade albums. And then I realised it was on this debut from 1970. And thought, now I don't think I've ever heard that, but this is them really early. So this is really pre-glam. They were a rock band here, this is. I've not had a chance to listen to it yet, but I know I'm going to love this, and it was cheap enough. The cover's a bit floppy, but nothing a Pritt stick won't cure. It's there they are. And of course, it's on the Polydor label. This actually is. It came out in 1970. If I've got it right, looking at it, I'm pretty sure this is a 1971 repress. So for sort of the first repress, which came out. So those are my used ones. And another recent reissue. An album I've been fond of for a very long time. I've got on CD, but I've always thought, because of the nature of it, it would sound much better in vinyl, and that is Gomez and Bring It On. So this has just been released in the last week or so, it's Gomez are. They were when they did this, they were very young. They were barely out of their teens. This is, I mean, they're playing really sort of like quite old school blues. They don't sound remotely like anyone even in their 20s, yet alone, you know, just barely out of their teens. This actually it was released in '98, I think, originally, and it won the you know, late '98, and it won the Mercury Music Prize in the '99 one, which sort of comes out in the, you know, which the Mercury Music Prize basically straddles the second half of one year and the first half of the next in round terms. So, and this is magnificent. It really is a superb pressing. And it does sound so much better on vinyl. It's a very analog sound, and it includes the famous Whipping Piccadilly, which is actually about Manchester, and it's Piccadilly being a street in Manchester as well as a street in London. So, you know, absolutely superb, really pleased with it. There's the band at the time. You can see how young they are. And if you listen to the music, you know, this sort of like bluesy, you know, really sort of bluesy southern sound, Southern American sound, not South American, Southern states. It's so surprising. And this one has come out in a transparent, oops, it's shining on it, transparent red vinyl. And last but very much not least was one I found online. Actually, it's from Amazon. And this is one they pushed me because I did look for their new, I did their new release album on my September roundup of new releases, Faithless, Champion Sound. But the first two records I got into with Faithless were Sunday 8 PM, which remains my favourite, and Outrospective. And they came out sort of either side of the millennium. I think Sunday 8 PM came out on in '98, and this came out in 2001, I think, from memory. Pretty sure it was 2001, and it was about half the price. So, you know, because they knew I was looking for something from Faithless, I got the typical Amazon push and thought, oh, go on then. And again, it is magnificent. And despite, you know, Faithless being electronic house, well, it's trip hoppy house, this again works really well on vinyl, and it's got some great tunes on there. Donny X, not enough love. We Come One, which is a famous one. Crazy English Summer, which is lovely. Muhammad Ali, Tarantula, etc., etc. Great record, just on black vinyl. So there you have it. That's seven sort of reissues and sort of used finds that I'm really chuffed about. So thanks for watching. Cheers.